David with Maywood Boxing, no problem. Out here with the legendary Charles Huerta, the one and only coach from Maywood Boxing. He doesn't need much of an introduction. How you doing, Charles?
I'm doing good. Good. Came out, checked the fights out here at Commerce Casino.
How's it going, man? I see you've been busy. I see your fighters at Marv Nation shows, at all different shows. That actually the DMG coming up.
Yeah.
Who are some of the fighters that if you want to share with us so they can start following them?
I got a good prospect coming up, Jose Casillas. He's been part of Maywood Boxing since he was a little kid. Grew up through right there at our gym. Always, he was way behind me. I was a lot older than him, but now I'm managing him, getting his career. He's 5-0 now. Has his first 6-round fight coming this Saturday. I got Ezekiel Flores, tough little journeyman, but I think we're looking to upset on next Saturday against Matthias Ratcliffe.
Yes, sir.
And then I got Ivan Zarate coming for a well-deserved hard fight against Joseph Navarro that he just came off an upset off of Luis Rubalcaba. So
right on.
Gonna have some, we got 3 tough fights coming up.
Absolutely. And how do you do it with the family? You know how hard it is convincing our wives, How do you blend in the family work? I see you're a very family-oriented man. You're always there for your kids.
Yeah.
How do you work that out with your wife so there wouldn't be any issues?
Like I mentioned earlier, my wife's been, she's known this game for a while. We've been together for a long time, so she's seen the beginning, knows when I was a fighter how the ins and outs, the late nights, the weekends off, the holidays. So she's used to it, She's used to it, so I have her supporting me. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to do this either.
Absolutely. And for those that don't know, how did Charles get into boxing? What was the thing that pushed you to just say, you know what, I just want to bring the new generation of champions?
That got me into boxing?
Yeah, into training, boxing, and then shift into the training.
Obviously, the shift was, I had my last fight was in November of 2019. I lost the world title eliminator against Jonathan Oquendo. So, I had that. I was one fight away from a world title, obviously, right? Every boxer's dream. I got back in the gym. Golden Boy at the time gave me a fight in March. Obviously, the pandemic happened. No one knew. I ended up having my son in June of 2020. Everything, we had no idea what was going on. Fighting, you didn't know what was going on. So, being a dad, a husband, being at home, I kind of enjoyed it. And then, I had to get back in the gym because the gym started opening up and we had to get financially help the gym again. Mm-hmm. So I started, getting in there. I was way overweight already. I was like, you know what, man, I put in my time. I made some good money. I had some big fights, made a name for myself. I was like, it's time to give back. And that's what I do with these young kids. I wish I would have had somebody like me kind of mentor me coming up. Me and my dad did it by ourselves, so I'm still in the boxing game. It's just now I don't got to fight and stuff, but I still get the whole weigh-ins, all the behind the scenes and everything, so that's what I'm doing now, giving back to these guys.
Absolutely. And then also adding to that, we see a lot of father and son trainer-boxer relationships. What do you think? Do you see one of your kids coming up as a fighter and you being there to coach him?
I mean, I would love for my son to do it, but I wouldn't just push him into it. I know the hard grind, and so few make this, especially make a career. But on the other hand, me and my dad, now we have that father-son coach duo where, he has this stubborn old school ways. It's this way. Now I come in to bring in the new style, the actual fighter. I kind of know what I wanted when he was training me that I wish so I'm able to implement that. And I think it's, it's vibing with these young kids now.
Absolutely. And talking about old school and new school, what are some of the things that you would like the newer generation of fighters to pick up from the old school fighters? And what do you think that the new school is bringing to the table that wasn't there back in the day?
It's my thing is these kids need to fight people. My thing is, my kids, they'll fight anybody as long as it makes sense. I mean, we're willing to fight undefeated fighters, guys with winning records. What I've been seeing these guys don't want to fight unless they're A-side. They got to be A-side. They got to be, it has to be in their favor to win. Everything has to be, you can fight a guy 1-8 and still lose. So I tell my guys, we go fight an undefeated guy if it makes sense. And we win, lose, or draw. You lost to an undefeated guy. You're gonna get that opportunity again. You're gonna get seen. And you get respect out of it. That's the old school mentality that I still have with my fighters. That they're willing to fight anybody. That's one thing. And then obviously the new thing is I give in with them is like after our fight, get your ass back in the gym, man.
There you go.
That was really one of my big downfalls. I don't want to say I regret it, But if I would have did it differently in my career, that's kind of what I did. I didn't get back into the gym until I had a fight scheduled.
Absolutely.
Instead of, this is my job. After my fight, I fought Saturday, Friday. Take a day, 2 days off, come out clean, bro. Back in the gym, jump roping, shadow boxing. You don't got to spar, but you should still be in the gym. That way the weight don't come up, and that's your job.
Definitely.
That's what we want to do.